In part 1 of our tutorial on selecting, copying, pasting, and drag and dropping text, we were addressing this question in which a request was made for quicker ways to copy and paste text. And part 1 covered a multitude of selection methods. Here in part 2, we're going to address methods of copying text, pasting text, and moving it by dragging and dropping. Now that we know how to select what we want to copy and paste, let's discuss how we do it. Firstly, I'd like to clarify the difference between the copy command and the cut command. When I select a bunch of text in Word, I can use the copy button to copy that text. Now your text gets held in an area of your computer's memory called the clipboard. You can't see it, but it remains there ready to be used elsewhere. So if I then place my cursor where I want to put that text and click to add my blinking insertion cursor, I can go up to the Paste menu and paste that text. What I'd like you to notice is that the pasted paragraph is exactly the same as the paragraph I copied. So copying allows you to duplicate what you copied and put copies of it in one other or several other locations. Now I'm going to use Control-Z or Command-Z on the Mac to undo that. The difference between copy and cut is that if I choose the cut command, please notice that the paragraph has disappeared. It's now the text in that clipboard that we discussed before, but we can't see it. Now if I go to another location in my document, click to get my insertion beam, and select Paste, that same text is pasted where I'd specified. Please note that whatever's being held in that invisible clipboard can be pasted continuously. I'll paste another copy of that paragraph here. With cut, the information is no longer in its original place. Cut is meant to move items to another location, either inside this document or elsewhere. I'd also like you to note that the keyboard shortcut for copy is Control-C or Command-C on a Mac, and for cut, it's Control or Command-X. Let me undo a couple of times to get the document back to the way it was. By the way, I'm using a keyboard shortcut for undo, which is Control-Z on Windows and Command-Z on a Mac. In most programs, undo can also be found in the Edit menu, but in Word 2010, it's accessed by this button in what they call the Quick Access toolbar. Here, I've selected my paragraph by triple-clicking, and I used Copy or Control or Command-C to keep the information where it is. Or I could have used Cut, which is Control-Command-X, to remove the information from where it was and get ready to place it somewhere else in my document. Then to paste, I clicked in my document where I want the information to go, and I can use the Paste command. In programs other than Word, you'd find Paste under the Edit menu below Cut and Copy, but Word gives you a special button. The keyboard shortcut in any program for paste is Control or Command-V. I know it seems counterintuitive that it's not Control-P, but Control or Command-P is used for print. I suggest people imagine an insertion caret, the kind that editors and teachers use, that's put above the text. So this might help you to remember that paste is Control or Command-V. One thing to note is that once something's copied or cut, it can be pasted continuously, like here. Now I'm going to undo. As you saw, when something is copied or cut, the fact that it's held in the clipboard lets you paste it in several places. But you should know that these places don't have to be in the same program. Here, I'll switch to WordPad and paste my copied text into there. You can use the same technique for pasting into email software, from pasting from a web page onto an Illustrator document. Paste works for whatever's in the clipboard. Now I'm going to put Word and WordPad side to side so that I can teach you another method, the drag and drop method. I've got the two program windows sitting next to each other. The first thing I want to show you is how to drag. First, I'll select this paragraph, and to make it recognizable, I'll turn the text red. This is to teach you that you don't always need copy and paste. If I select the paragraph and reach inside it, you'll notice that if I hover the cursor over the selection, it becomes an arrow. If I click and drag with that arrow, I get a moving insertion beam. I'm continuing to hold my mouse down. And when my cursor is where I'd like to place this text, I release the mouse, and my text gets moved to that location. I'll undo here. However, that was moving the text, the equivalent of cut. If I select text and hold down the Alt key on Windows or Option on the Mac while I drag, I'll duplicate while I drag. I'm holding down the mouse just like I did when I dragged the move text, but now I'm also going to hold down the Alt or Option key. I'll drag to the new location and release the mouse first. That's very important. Release the mouse before releasing the key. Now that text is copied. The Alt-Option drag method works almost everywhere on a computer. In the Windows Explorer, in the Mac Finder, in Excel, in Photoshop. You get the idea. The drag and drop method also works when making several selections with Control or Command click. If I make all those selections and I want to move those further down in my document, I hover so my cursor becomes an arrow, hold my mouse down, and I can drag that text all around my document. When I released, all the text moved together but stayed in its original order. You can add Alt or Option to this and duplicate multiple selections to other locations as well. Also, when you hover over selected text and click with your right mouse button or control click on a Mac, you'll see a drop-down menu offering Cut, Copy, and Paste. Now notice I have two programs next to each other. If I select text in one document and hold the mouse key and drag to the other document, when I release my mouse in the other document, my data will copy itself to the new document. I can make selections of a number of pieces of information and drag this among programs. I don't need any keyboard shortcuts to hold down any keys. All these things are copying just because I'm dragging. One more way this works that's pretty darn cool. If I open a program like a web browser and open a page with a bunch of text, I can select a bunch of text and drag it into my own text program. So this ability to select text, copy and paste it, or drag it among programs is built into the computer's operating system. These same techniques will work in graphics programs, video editing programs, just about any programs in which you have text or objects to be moved. Pretty cool, huh? Thank you for watching this AYM for Training tutorial. We hope you found the video informative and helpful and that we taught you something new. AYM for Training offers instruction in a variety of formats. For more information, please visit our website at www.aym4training.com.